Hi guys. Hello. Oh God, what's going on here? What's happening, y'all? God, it looks like there's hardly any light in my face. Is that better? Is here? Yeah. Hi Angie. Hi I like chickens. Hi Wilson. Hi Sarah. Hi JM. Hi MIM Queen. Hi Rachel. Hi Dylan. How are you, darling? Hi Marie. Hi Sarah. Hi Heidi. Hi Bunny. Hi Alyssa. How are you, darling? You weren't here last week. We missed you. Okay, BH2590. Hi, Loz. SP has a third party but still meets me. It makes me anxious because I don't want to be someone a guy cheats on with. What should I affirm to not feel low about myself? I've been working on my self concept lately. Okay, so if the third party's still around, okay, that's you feeling not good enough, not chosen, like things don't work out for you, that you'll get used, just general self concept stuff of just not feeling like you're the girlfriend, darling. So you've got to really step into the state of girlfriend, figure out what your core self concept thing is. And it's probably a whole lot of I'm not chosen, there's something wrong with me, I'm not good enough thinking. And that's why she's still around. Okay. So the more you see yourself as the person who'll be chosen and fix all those thoughts inside you that makes you believe that you're just the other person and that you're never going to get the full relationship, that the quicker she'll go away. Because you've got to think, why did I choose a person who's already taken in the first place? That's reflecting my self concept. You understand? So banish her away. Go and do my banish the third party sleep tape every night. Okay, and use those affirmations. Hi, Emma. Hi, Lois. Hope you're well. Had a breakthrough. Sats used to be difficult for me because of distractions. But looking back, that's how I unknowingly manifested my dog and car years ago. Oh, where's part two? There's only part three. Became rhythmic and my entire body orgasm without physical stimulation. I think Sats was combined with Neville's breathing technique. It was an intense, blissful experience. Oh my God, I can't see the second part, but something happened where you had an orgasm and I can't read it. You orgasm manifested. You orgasmed during Sats. Oh, well, Neville does talk about um coming, your manifestation being like coming. It's like once you've come, you can't come again. Once it's there, right? You've produced it and you can't do it again, right? That's wonderful, darling. I can't see the second part. How annoying. There's no part two. That's wonderful. Good on you. Keep doing that. Hi, Lois. Sorry if you already answered this, but I totally missed it. Can I get a relationship with a guy like while manifesting my love SP back? I don't want to hurt this guy, ending it when SP1 returns. Darling, half the time when SP1 returns, you want SP2 because SP2 is reflecting your new self concept. Trust me, it's happened to me. But you're not going to hurt anyone. Go to the end and hurt no one. Just go to the end of being with the person you want in your mind, and that'll turn out like that. Okay. Hi, Nat. TV223. Hey, Loz, is this Birds for Land? So I'm manifesting this to try and get it out. So SP to unfollow someone. And I ran across his friend's page and noticed he no longer follows the person I'm manifesting SP to unfollow. I believe there's no coincidence. How did this happen? Yes, darling, say that. But why do you need someone to unfollow someone? That's you feeling insecure about that situation, feeling like that person's a threat. Stop that. That's about you. If you guys need them to unfollow people because you're threatened by that person, worried about that person, concerned that they like that person, fix yourself. They can unfollow people all you like. Won't make any difference to the way you're feeling about you, and that there's competition in your reality or whatever's going on there, or they don't trust you, or they're not faithful to you, or whatever the fuck's going on. Fix that, please. Part one. Last night I was on the phone to my friend and spoke about how I sent SP1 a text for Easter and no reply. I hadn't reacted. I said to her, he's just trying to figure out what to say. Part two, I kid you not, hang up the phone and he replied 11 minutes earlier. Only a few texts back and forth, but all I could hear was slowly, slowly catching monkey. Oh, wonderful, Nat. One. That's great. By the way, two guys want to commit to me, like SP's next, thanks to you, Loz. Oh, wonderful, darling. Hey, Queen Laws, I've been talking to SP every day for like a week. My birthday's coming up and I've been letting him know we can do something and he tells me he might have baseball. Yesterday he asked me what I'm doing though, but so far no mention of taking me out. I want to see my man. What should I do, Queen? Any tips of affirmations? I'm not a fan of visualizing. Well, I did that to get my birthday wish with my old SP. I've been having inner combos with him since the start of this challenge on April 9th, saying he wants to hang out with me for my birthday. He'll post me for my birthday regardless of what he's saying. Yes, okay. So if you want to see a post by him, having conversations about that, having conversations about the thing that you do on your birthday. I did a visualization for me. Okay. I just visualized seeing something with a view, going on a date where there was a view with me and my SP, even though he told me he couldn't make it and he had to look after his son. And then miraculously, the next day, he told me a couple of days later that the son had a camp and he could be free that day. And so suddenly we were out and I was looking at a view, right? So I visualized that. So just imagine either within a conversation where he tells you what you're going to be doing, a text you're going to see, whatever. Or scripted if you don't like visualizing. Hang on, baby love. Hi. So guess what? Talk to my SP every night since Wednesday because I'm the shit. And why wouldn't he want to talk to me? Is this because of my self-concept? I made the assumption we talk every day. I've been on my manifestation game. Either way, I'm going to continue assuming I talk to him every day and will affirm assuming that whatever I'm doing works. That's wonderful, darling. Assume whatever you're doing works. Assume that they're talking to you every day. That's all great. It's all working. Keep doing it. Hi, Loz. Holy bridge of instance. I told you about the bank interview. Yes, darling. Oh, there's a super chat. I'll get to you in a second, darling. Sorry. For the first time, for the part-time position was filled and that they had another position to fill. So I had my interview, felt I nailed it, but the interview and the job is felt the interview and job was mine. A week rolls by, I get another email saying they're impressed with my profile and would like to stay in touch for another possible roles and regretted to inform me I did not get the position. So I firmed against it. I work at the bank. I see my shiny new name tag. I work at the desk helping people. I move up and excel at my tasks in front of me at this bank. I work banker hours and get everything done in the garden I ever wanted to do. My house is bright and happy with this amazing job I've gotten. Week goes by and I get a phone call today from the same recruiter. It was a follow-up call to the interview. She explains to me that the emails I received in regrets were meant for the previous posting and tells me that they're offering me a similar position with better benefits and hours. Wonderful. I'm now waiting on all the welcome packages to my email and starting 2 weeks from today. Oh, wonderful. So even though they told you didn't get the position, you persisted with the new thinking of working there and you still got it. See, that's how it works. You didn't take no for an answer, Sarah. That's wonderful. Even when you heard no, you did not take no for an answer. Guys, that's what Neville calls brazen impudence. Doesn't matter what people say, what you see, you're going to get what you want. So you keep going, you keep persisting. That's the key. That's an absolutely huge example of persisting, even when the 3D says no. Wonderful, Sarah. I love that. Congratulations. That's great. Okay, super chat. Hang on. Who's this? Hi, Mariella. If we are living in the end with an NSP, can we still date other people? Yes, darling. Since in the end, if I was with him, I wouldn't be dating other people. There is a third party and I have a hard time feeling the end. Okay. Mariella, honestly, darling, it doesn't make any difference if you date or don't date. Okay. Think about it this way. You could be an actor wanting to be famous, but in the meantime, while you're going for auditions, you have to have a waiting job to pay your rent. That doesn't mean you're not living in the end as a famous actor and that's your dream, right? But you have to do things in the 3D to pay Caesar, as Neville said, to pay your bills. But does that being a waiter stop that person later on from becoming an actor? No, because I know lots of people who became famous actors who had to be waiters. The dating other people is just being a waiter, right? You're waiting for your SP to turn up. You're doing these other people. You know what I mean? Not waiting, but you know what I mean? So it doesn't make any difference. If you go to the end and hurt no one, it will come about regardless of what you're doing now in the 3D, dating someone else, not dating anyone, going on Tinder, not going on Tinder. It doesn't matter. If you go to the end, it will still come about. And you don't need to tell that other person that you're manifesting another person or you like someone else or you've still got feelings for someone else. It's irrelevant. If you go to the end and hurt no one, it hurts no one, right? And you still get what you want and it will eventuate regardless of what you're doing in the 3D. What matters now, what you're doing now does not matter. That makes sense? So go and do whatever you want, darling. And if there's a third party, all you have to do is banish that bitch from your mind. If you can't see you and your SP together, that's why it's not coming about. If you keep thinking of the third party, ruminating on the third party, visualizing the third party, go and do my banish the third party sleep tape and really get a handle on not thinking about that person. Right? Because it's going to be very hard to get your end if that person's always there. If you were actually married to the person, would there be a third party? That'd be a fucking weird marriage. Really banish that bitch in your mind, darling, if you want this. How bad do you want it? Brooke. Hi, Brooke. Thanks for the super chat, darling. When my friends don't text me back or ask to hang out first, I get scared of losing friendships. How do I fix this when the 3D is always in my face? Okay. So in my self-concept course, guys, I will go in depth about the 4 major fears that each of you might have. And you probably have one more predominant than the other, or you just have one, or you might have 2 or 3 or all 4. And that one you've got there, darling, is called You Won't Love Me, right? So when you were a kid, were you ignored a lot, or your parents didn't give you a lot of attention, or they left you alone a lot, or your siblings ignored you, or something happened in your life as a child where you were left out a lot? So when you when that happens then in adulthood and people don't text you back or they don't arrange things, you constantly feel like, oh no, they're drifting away. I'm losing my friends. Okay. Because you feel like they're not acting like friends. They're not giving you what you need, which is your emotional core needs of attention, love, validation from them. Okay. And if they don't text you back, you start to freak out. You start getting those feelings you would as a child when you were left out by your parents or your siblings or whatever. Did that happen to you, Brooke? That's why. Right? So you've got to say things like, I always get the love I need. I'm always seen. I'm always heard. I'm everyone's favorite person. Everyone invites me everywhere. I'm never scared like I used to be because I know I'm everyone's favorite person. I know I'm always included. I'm always seen. I'm always heard. I'm always included in everything. People always text me back. I'm never scared to send a text. I know they'll always text me back. That's the old Brooke. Right? Either that or you don't feel good enough, and then you feel like because you're not good enough, they won't be your friend and they'll reject you. One or the other. So which is it, darling? Because that's what you need to fix. And start scripting how your friends are and how they treat you now, and write stories and texts you'd receive and places you go. Do scripting as well if it helps you. Okay, where was I? Alyssa, hang on. Part 1. Where's part 1? Part 1. Hey, Loz, how you doing? Good, darling. How are you? I'm so grateful to have found you. If I didn't, I would still be sitting in my room listening to frequencies with crystals on my head, writing in my 369 journal. No. I remember when someone had a 369 journal on a call with me when I used to do the calls, and she was like, oh, one last thing. What do I throw this? What do I do with this? And I was like, throw it away. She was like, oh, okay. It was so funny. It was a 369 journal. So funny. Hang on. Part 2. SP is totally different. He's caring, he's loving, he tells me how he feels about me, and he's so obsessed with me. I swear he messages me all the fucking time, even when I'm asleep. That's all. Oh, wonderful. That's all from me doing self-concept. It's taking a while for the depression and suicidal thoughts to go away. Don't worry, darling, but I'm persisting as I know I created him to be like this so I can create what I want. That's wonderful. Thank you for everything that you do. I appreciate you so much. Recently, I found out that my nan needs major surgery in her stomach, which could be fatal. Do you have any tips, affirmations that could? Oh, don't worry about the fatal, darling. She'll be fine. Make sure that she's okay and alive. I don't want to let my anxiety eat my brain with bad thoughts, but I don't know what to tackle with them. Anything would be helpful. Also, my friends are so much nicer to me. Wonderful. They're protective and caring, compliment me all the time, even when I don't feel the best. You have changed my outlook on life. I'm just working on changing my mind. Oh, wonderful, Lisa. Oh, great, darling. That's great. Now, listen. I've had lots of operations in my life, and they always scare the living shit out of you by saying things like, now, you have to sign this waiver in case you die during the operation. Da, da, da. You ever done a bungee jump and you have to sign a waiver saying you might die bungee jumping? Sign it. We had to sign something in Africa when I did a bungee jump, right? They have to warn you. When you go and have operations, especially when you're older or your pet's older, or whatever, you take a 20-year-old cat, they have to give you this huge warning just in case something happens, and they've warned you. They're covering themselves legally, okay? It's not going to be fatal. They're covering their asses because they don't want to be sued by your family if something happens to her because they didn't warn you, right? So all that is like a more high-risk operation because of age. That's it. Doesn't mean she's going to die. It just means they're scared of getting sued. So just decide that. Imagine her coming out and saying, oh, I feel so good. Imagine the doctor's prognosis is all positive. It went so well. The operation went so well. She's a miracle patient. She's positively 25. Her body's so young. Everything went brilliantly. It all went so well. The procedure went brilliantly. Okay, imagine hearing that. Imagine a visualization of that, hearing that, telling your mum and dad that, or hearing that from your mum and dad. And keep going with everything you're doing in the self-concept list. So that's wonderful, darling. Sinead, Lois, I got a new SP kinder, and he has been saying, oh, I've got another super chat. Hang on. All my affirmations for SP1. Wonderful. Now I think he's annoyed at me. Don't say that for something I did, and he's not replied to my last text, which makes me think he is. The hell's the rest? He is. Sinead, where's the rest of this? Here's what. I don't know where that's gone. Okay, listen. I do things like that. Hang on, where am I? I lost my place. God damn it. Sorry, guys, this has really jumped. If I touch it, it fucking jumps and it drives me crazy. Okay, look, I don't know where I got up to, but darling, listen, Sinead, I do things like that. I think I've upset people. I think I've annoyed them. because of my feeling of something's wrong with me, I'm not good enough, and then I'll always assume rejection. I'll always assume I do things wrong. Do you have critical or strict parents and will always made you feel like you did things wrong, or do you feel like something's wrong with you? Then you'll always assume that whatever you say or do, sometime, not ever, all the time, but if you do something wrong, that they'll get upset, they'll get annoyed, you bothered the person, you spent too much time with them, you gave them too much attention, you were too all over them. I annoy you, right? I'm too much. It's either you thinking you're too much because you feel like you're too clingy, because you feel like, oh, this SP is amazing, and you feel like you pushed it, or you feel like you've done something wrong, one of the two. So I don't do things wrong. I'm never too much. Say those things, okay? Hang on, who was that who sent me a super chat? Oh, thanks. Say it, Sammy. Hi, Loz. Thank you so much for everything that you are doing with these lives. I don't worry, darling. I would like to get married to my SP this year. Should I affirm now that we're engaged or happily married now? Happily married now, darling. Go to the end. See yourself as married. See the ring on your finger, the rings on your finger. See yourself on your honeymoon or the birth of your first child or your first wedding anniversary or something that implies you're already married. I love being a wife. I'm so wifey to him. He loves showing me off as his wife. He loves being married to me. He loves being my husband. He just loves being my husband. It's the greatest achievement of his life, being my husband. Say things like that, affirmations like that, and see yourself married. Okay, go right to the end. You can imagine the engagement if you want, darling, but sometimes people get engaged and they're engaged for 10 years. You want the marriage, don't you? Go right to the end. Always go to the end, guys, because sometimes that's the middle. Right? And then people get engaged and then they break up. Well, that's not what you wanted. You wanted the marriage, didn't you? You wanted a happy marriage. I am happily married. I'm a happily married lady. I'm Sadie married lady. I'm Sammy married lady. Have you ever heard that Barbara Streisand song? Sadie, married lady. You can sing that and put Sammy in it. Okay. Obviously, I'm a Barbara Streisand fan. Probably no one else is. Okay, hang on. Where am I? Fuck. Nature creep. Part 1. Hi, Loz. This is a tough one for me. I've recently hit rock bottom after a seemingly smooth period of affirming, visualizing, EFT tapping, etc. I was feeling good for a while and I felt positive about my life and how it would soon unfold in the ways I'd been assuming. Then suddenly the opposite of everything happened. I truly assumed good things. I'm losing faith that manifesting is real sometimes. I'm questioning things like everyone's you pushed out, and if deluded or paranoid people don't manifest the delusions, how's this real? Okay, well, you manifested whatever's happening, unfortunately. Guys, when things go to shit, you've really got to identify what you were thinking. And some of you aren't. And so you're thinking this is something that doesn't work. Unfortunately, manifesting is perfect, right? It always works. Your subconscious mind always outpictures what you were thinking. You're probably just not aware, darling, of what you were actually thinking subconsciously. You were consciously affirming, consciously visualizing, doing shit up the front here, but what was going on in the back of your mind? Now, I'll give you an example. I had everything going great recently, and I had to tell someone something, and I had the assumption in the back of my mind that they'd be upset when I told them this thing. Now they're not speaking to me, right? Because I've got a dominant assumption I mess things up, things go wrong for me because I'm wrong and there's something wrong with me. Now, you might think, oh, God, manifesting doesn't work because I'm doing all this conscious stuff that was so positive. But what were you really thinking? What were you really thinking? Look at what showed up. What in that showed up were you thinking? You'll see it, right? If they turn up and say, I don't like you, were you ever thinking they didn't like you subconsciously? You'll see it. You're just not seeing it. Unfortunately, guys, it's perfect, and it will always outpicture what you were subconsciously thinking. That's why a lot of you are having things showing up and you're not understanding where it's coming from, and it's your subconscious that's doing it. It always wins. Doesn't matter how much you're positively affirming here. You could have a really dominant thought back here that you're not aware of, or even a fleeting dominant thought. You don't even think it that much, but it's quite strong. Shows up and you're like, where did this come from? But if you really look at it, did I ever think this might happen? Did I ever think thoughts that are associated with this? Yes, I did. So it's perfect. So unfortunately, darling, it's perfect. Investigate it. Hi, Nerios. Hang on. Where are you? Where's the beginning of this? Part 1. Hi, Loz. Even as the creator of my reality, one's reality, how does someone outside of one's assumptions show up if you strongly believe the opposite to be true? Like, I never thought my SP ex-girlfriend would be the type to ever convert and join organized religion, but she has in the last year or so. Do people live how they're going to with the element of randomness regardless of your beliefs about them? You don't have to have thought the exact thing that they're doing for them to do what they're doing, right? A lot of you are thinking you have to have thought the exact thing. You don't have to think the exact thing. You don't have to think, oh, I think one day she's going to join an organized religion, or I don't think she ever will do that, right? But did you ever think she didn't want you, or she wanted the person that she joined the organized religion about? Or did you ever think she was insecure or had issues, and therefore joining a religion is helping her issues? Or what thoughts you've got about her that's behind that? It's not about the religion. You didn't have to have the actual she's going to join a religious cult thought. You might have just thought she's insecure and needs validation, or she doesn't want me, she wants this other person who's Jewish and now she's Jewish. Right? What thoughts are behind that? That's what you guys have to investigate. Who's this? Have I seen this one? Samantha. Just to say thank you for all your advice and support. Thank you, Loz. Oh, Samantha, darling, thank you so much. Do you have a question? Don't just send me a super chat, guys, without a bloody question. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Samantha, please put a question, darling, if you have one. Just put it in the chat here. Or tell me what's happening with you. Bunny Honey, hey Loz, I imagine all of the hot and heavy stuff with SP and not much else probably stems from early years being wanted to use for my body. Any advice? Well, throw that away, darling. If that's all you're thinking of, then that's all you'll get. I used to have friends like that in England who would constantly end up with friends with benefit situations, and I would think, what did you think this date would be? And they're like, well, I thought I'd sleep with them. And I'm like, why are you assuming you have to sleep with someone on the first date? Or that's the assumption that's going to happen. Don't assume that's the thing. And a lot of them felt not good about themselves and ended up in friends with benefit situations because they felt not good enough about themselves. So you've really got to go and do the I am chosen and I'm a priority sleep tapes, alternate the nights, darling, and start using affirmations in that. Listen to it and think, what affirmations here would help me? Like, I am the chosen one. Of course, I'm the girlfriend because I'm enough. I'm more than enough. I'm more than just my body. I'm the full-blown girlfriend because I'm lovely and beautiful and caring and stunning and lovely to be around, and they love my personality and they love my giving nature and they love how smart I am. Like, think of all the qualities about you, darling, that would make you more than just a buck buddy or a person who gets slept with. Build yourself up with your self-concept, please. Oh, thanks, Carla. Oh, you sent me money too and no question. Oh, darling, do you have a question, Carla? Thank you so much. Where's your question? Or maybe you've accidentally not put it in the thing. Carla, put it in the chat, darling. I can't see anything. Cindy, I manifest us to text without worrying about the how. It'll come about. I have no clue how he found me, but he's overly obsessed and asks me sexual things. Oh, Cindy, you did that? You didn't worry about how it'll come about. Now it's come about and he's obsessed. Wonderful, darling. What were you doing? Jealous? Loz, do you believe in an afterlife? Well, I believe you're still here because I've seen someone after they've died, like plain as day, at their own funeral, walking around all day. And it's shocked the shit out of me. And I know a lot of people have experienced the same. So I think you're still here. You don't go anywhere. Nothing is created nor destroyed. Hang on, Heidi. Hi, Lozzie. Currently tipsy, but have to watch your live. Oh, tipsy! Are you? Where have you been, Heidi? Oh, who's this sent me Canadian dollars? Oh, thank you, Susan. Do you have a question too? Are these just not showing questions? Are you just guys just sending me cash for no reason? Thanks, Susan, darling. Susan and Carla and Samantha, put your questions, guys, if you have any questions. Sarah, this morning I had the cutest little 10-year-old actor on my TV. They asked him how he stays in character, and he said he thinks thoughts his character thinks, and he sees through his character's eyes. Oh, he's a smart little actor. That's exactly how you're meant to be as an actor. Clever. That's how we've got to see our reality, guys, through the eyes of the person we would be if we had what we want. That's what living in the end is. How would you see the world from the eyeballs of the person you now want to be as a married lady, as a mum, as a millionaire? How would you see the world? Perfect, darling. That's manifesting. That's living in the end. Part 1, Loz, I've been doing your priority sleep tape and focusing on self-concept and flipping all my old beliefs, and SP asked me to go to dinner to celebrate my birthday. Oh, no, wonderful. Where's part 2? I had some thoughts like, what if he cancels? But I flipped him straight away. He's blessed to be in my presence because I'm perfect. He hasn't texted yet, but I know he will tomorrow. Wonderful, darling. Of course he's blessed to be in my presence. Can't wait to take you out. He's just doing all the organising. Wonderful, darling. Don't read into anything bad. All good meaning. Immediately made me think of manifesting living the end. Should share the clip to the Facebook group. He was so adorable. Yes, Sarah, do. I love that about the 10-year-old. That's great. Please do. And guys, come and join the Facebook group if you haven't yet. Links in the description, or just type Subconscious Lods in Facebook. Getting so many Best land, people constantly wanting to hang out and see me, complimenting and pursuing me. My SP's next. Thank you, Loz. Oh, Taylor. My SP told me 3 months ago to not get my hopes up and we had no future together. Now he told me multiple times he loved me. Listen, Sarah, I tell you what to think. I'm the only thinker in this reality. Fuck you. Wonderful. But I'm still scared he'll say things like, don't get your hopes up, or that we don't have a future together. What could work on my self-concept, or how could I make it more believable to my mind that we'll be together and married? I like chicken. Stop fucking thinking that. Fight your mind anytime those thoughts get in your mind. Oh, of course he fucking loves me because I'm so lovable and so special and so unique. And who wouldn't want me because I'm this and that and this and that and this and that. Please. SP asked me for a favor today to co-sign for a car, 150 grand car. At first I was shocked, spiral for an hour or so, but then I said no, not sure what happened. I was doing so well, almost wanted to give up. Oh, darling. That's just the old story of him showing up again. You're not fucking signing that, Marie. Sometimes, guys, the old story is so strong and you just can't get rid of it. So, Marie, you're either going to have to completely get rid of that story about that dude and get him to show up how you want, or get a new dude who reflects this new wonderful Marie self-concept that I know you have. Sometimes it's just the old story. Do you have any doubts about him recently? Think he was using you recently? Anything like that? Could be why. Hi, Dylan. I started to think, do I need to do something different to bring my SP or persist? Persisting, yes, I will forever. But I think I limited myself because I said I won't do my bad habit when he's here. What does that mean? Part 2, I think I'm affirming that it stops. I think I'm affirming that stops it from coming. Even though I affirm no matter what I do, I still get my stuff. I decided to quit the habit yesterday for me and for my SP. No OS. What does that mean? No OS, Dylan. One night stands? Is that what you're talking about? I don't understand that question, Dylan. Repeat yourself. What are you questioning me about? Oh, thanks, Shauna. Guys, are you not able to write your question in these super chats? Are you just guys all sending me cash with no question? Thanks, Shauna. Do you have a question, darling? Let me read this again, Dylan. I'm confused. I started to think I need to do something different with my SP or persist. I will forever, but I think I limited myself because I said I won't do my bad habit when he's here. I think affirming that stops it from coming, even though I affirm no matter what I do, I still got my stuff. I decided to quit the habit yesterday for me and my SP. You talking about smoking? What are you talking about, darling? Well, just decide that whatever you do, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. He'll never leave. It doesn't matter what you do. He loves you. No matter what you do, your manifestation is still going to come about. It doesn't matter what you do. You make the rules done. He literally has no choice. I know he's taking me. I have some fleeting thoughts that I won't let him linger. I affirm against him right away and refuse to be triggered by 3D. Good nor wonderful. My mother controls everything at home. Everything has to be done her way. What beliefs would have installed in my childhood? That she's a perfectionist, that she controls everything, that she's a control freak like my mum was. Then you feel like you never do anything right because she always tells you off for doing things wrong and it's not right and you can never do anything right. You'll probably end up being a procrastinator, being a perfectionist yourself and feeling like you always do things wrong. It's fucking annoying. Oh, thanks, Miss Manifesto, for the $10. Hey, Loz, I love your lives and I'm in your Facebook group as well. And I was wondering how to get coaching with you. I don't do it at the moment, darling. There are some subtle things I think you would be able to help me with. I've been getting movement. Wonderful, darling. Look, guys, I know it's very misleading on these replays of my TikTok lives saying I'm doing coaching at the moment. They're like 9 months old. I promise you soon, I will be doing one-to-one coaching again. It'll just be a lot shorter session because to do it, you have to do it in conjunction with the self-concept course. So when the self-concept course comes out, what I'm going to do is in the new Facebook group, in the paid Facebook group, you'll get free membership to the paid Facebook group as part of the coaching. Then you join the Facebook live that we do with 6 people and you get all a slot where you get your own coaching, but everyone gets to watch it. So it's not private coaching, it's group coaching in the sense that everyone can experience it and watch it and learn from it. And the other people in the Facebook group can learn from it. And the other people on the call can learn from it. And you can keep a copy of the video and everything, watch it later. But you have to have done the self-concept course and assess yourself first. So I promise you guys, probably the end of this month or May, that'll be coming out. Probably May, okay? Not the end of this month, May, all right? So darling, keep posted. I promise it will be on here. Hi, Loz. I've been focusing on my self-concept and visualization for the past few months. SP and I talked over the phone, met up sometimes, and they were all me reaching out. My self-concept improved and life has changed. We met again 2 days ago. He brought me home and asked me to date again. He simply said, I don't want to look back. I was about to tell you, if you need help, you can contact me. Oh, wonderful, darling. You did all that. Oh, that's great. Hooray. Oh, what a success story. That's wonderful. It's great, darling. AC1. What does fully living the end entail? Is it affirming for what you want, your self-concept in that area, or is there more to it, scripting, visualizing, etc.? Silly question, but I never fully grasped it. Guys, you can live in the end all you like in different ways. Scripting is living in the end. Script is seeing that implies it's true. Visualizing living in the end, seeing from the eyeballs of you if you have what you want. Having inner conversations could be living in the end. Oh, babe, when you were away from me, how did you feel? And you're lying in bed and talking about when you're broken up and now you're back together. Or you could hear a phone conversation. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, guys. It's just that whichever suits you. Okay. I love to cuss too. It's an LA thing. Is Wayne Dyer similar to Neville Goddard? All Wayne Dyer's teachings, I'll show you, is this book, and it's actually called Wishes Fulfilled. And I've just taken some quotes of Neville's out of here that I forgot that he put in. But this is actually Wayne Dyer's teaching Neville in this particular book. Then he has other books. He talks about Tao Te Ching and he goes a bit woo-woo. But a lot of Wayne Dyer's work is Neville, and he admits it. I don't really like the book, but it's too woo-woo for me and too much higher power shit going on in that book. But I'd rather stick to Neville because I don't think his teaching of Neville is particularly good. But that's what he's based on mostly. Hang on, guys. Where am I? Hi, Loz. Hope you're doing great. Oh, Angie, how are you, darling? How do you get rid of this feeling that everyone is observing you in public? Well, stop thinking that, darling. Everyone, if people are looking at me, they're looking at me to admire me because I'm magnetizing and I'm captivating. Stop thinking they're looking at you in a bad way. I want to hang out with people who are Neville types, but where the fuck are they? Well, they're in my group, darling. Look, I've got more online friends at the moment than I have in-person friends because of all you guys and the group and the people on TikTok that I've met and right? Just be in the community. Come and join the Facebook group. Join some manifesting. There's some little manifestation buddies you can find. Like there's little WhatsApp groups and manifestation groups in Messenger. Just look up hashtag manifestation buddies or start your own manifestation thing in the Q&A forum. Start one, a little group chat, and people will join. Or just decide that you meet people who are into manifestation when you're out and about. Hi, Loz. Hi, everybody. Oh, hi, Jan. Hang on, guys. Oh, everyone's saying hello to me. God. Your hair is always so pretty. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Is it okay to ask for signs to see if manifestation is nearby? I see 444 everywhere for weeks, and that's our number. I need to contact him for some business stuff soon. I want the conversation to go well. Well, 444 won't have any bearing on whether the conversation goes well, darling. You just saw 444. But if you want to give it the meaning that means the conversation is going to go well, you fucking do that, Andy. Hi, Loz. Hi, guys. Morning, Loz. Day 3 of using your sleep tabs and feeling amazing. Oh, wonderful, Sarah. I'm doing great, guys. Also, I have another boy asking me to go out to eat, but I have social anxiety, so going out to eat is my literal nightmare. What would I work on? I don't have social anxiety anymore. That's the old me. I love going out to eat. I love going out in public. That's the old me. I love going out in public. I feel so safe and secure when I'm out in public. I love being out in public. Oh, thanks, Susan. Thank you so much. I have just had a huge breakthrough. I've realized that my deepest core belief is shame. I realized this a few hours ago and everything makes sense now. All my issues are linked back to that. Okay, so that's associated with either something happened to you, like abuse or something that you'll feel shame about, or you feel wrong in yourself in some way because something is wrong with you and you're not enough. And so you feel shamed about that. And the feeling is when people find this out about me, they won't want me. They'll be repelled by me. They'll be disgusted by me. They won't want me. They'll think less of me. They'll look at me differently when they find this out about me. Right? Brene Brown talks very well about shame and how it kind of fucking wrecks your life. But what you've got to decide is that I'm such a good person and this is just what happened to me, or this is just how I was made to feel as a child, but it doesn't decide who I am. And I'm not going to carry this shame around and let it ruin my life. And I'm going to decide that when people find this out about me or know this about me or see the real me, they'll love me anyway. Say that, Tom. Okay. Hi, Connie. Hi, Susie Van. Okay, so I remember I blocked SP and cut him off and he posted a story on IG with third party. Well, I spoke to him again Thursday at work. He was acting hurt and depressed like always. When I cut him off, he even said, oh, damn it, there's lots of parts. He'd been depressed. I always assume he is when I ignore him. So I ended up saying that things haven't been right since he posted that reel that I blocked him for. I know that's huge movement, but I screwed it up because I noticed he said reel instead of story. So I later unblocked him and saw that he had also posted a reel with her. And I was like, my nightmare. Sad to say, I made a conscious decision to let Satan win the day. I went back to curse him and blocked and cut him off again. I also mocked his vulnerability by saying Have fun being depressed. He was hurt. Susie, you need some fucking psychological help, darling. I can't help you anymore. You're a triggered bitch. You're in here all the time, triggered as hell. One day I want you to come in here and tell me why the fuck you're acting like this. You're acting like a triggered nutcase with this poor SP. And he's just like, she's a Looney Tune. And I can't help you because you haven't once come in here and told me about your childhood and why you're acting like a nut. One day, come in here and tell me why you act like a nut. Tell me about your childhood because it's got nothing to do with your SP. And I feel sad for him because you're acting like a lunatic. Thank you for everything. No question. Oh, Benji, darling, thank you so much. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you. Guys, why are you just sending me fucking super chats with no questions? Oh, Benji, you're very sweet. Thank you. Susie Ban, come in here one day and be honest about yourself of why you're so triggered because I can't help you right now. Okay? No one can until you're honest because you're acting like a triggered bitch and no one can help you until you start owning up to the fact that you're doing that it has nothing to do with your SP. You need to start actually telling me about your childhood or otherwise I can't help. Okay? Loz, even though you have your own bad days, issues with your 3D, you still come on here and help everyone. You're appreciated. Oh, thank you, Tony and Charlie. I do have bad days sometimes, guys. I just don't tell you about it. Oh, Marie, thank you. I don't think I was thinking that, but yes, it's an old story about my life, but I'll give you this because I tried to help, and I won't lie, I'm a little sad about this because I don't know what to do next. Look, Marie, if they've been like that before, you might have one lingering little thought that, oh, now he's back in my good graces. Will he try that again? And your brain's going, yeah, he's still that guy who asks for money. He's still that guy who's a user. He's still that guy, right? It's back here. You don't even know you're thinking it, right? I had thoughts about someone recently that were all really positive, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh, they've got issues. They've got some real fucking issues. Now in front of my eyes, they've got like volumes and volumes of issues. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Right? I thought I was being quite positive. No. No. This always wins. It's really unfortunate and annoying. Right, Marie? So try and cancel that out as much as you can. Write the new version of them, see the new version of them, only the new version of him, only new version, only, and decide what does that have to do with your self-concept, that old version, the I get used version. That's about you feeling not good enough, you feeling like there's something wrong with you, you feeling like people don't love you. It's always associated with the self-concept. Tie it back to your self-concept and work on the self-concept. Then you won't think that story about him anymore. Hang on, guys. Hi, Loz. It's Ben. Oh, Blue Shift, it's Ben. Kerry, part 1. I just wanted to update you on my immense self-concept success despite being told it was impossible. Oh, wonderful, Kerry. Who told you it was impossible? I manifested him inviting me to the reunion again, and I've just returned for a week with him and his part 2 extended family. He was the most loving, attentive, affectionate version I've ever experienced of him, and his family loved me. I literally manifested everything I wanted to, and now he has... Wonderful, Kerry. Oh, darling, that's wonderful. I've gone off on you so many times on here. Asked me to move in with, asked him to move in with me. Tells me he loves me every day, in his contact every day. He's now flying out for my birthday weekend while I'm on a job out of state. I turned everything around in weeks. Oh, Kerry! How did you do that, darling? That's wonderful. I'm so thrilled for you. Oh, what did you do, Kerry? Tell us. You must have really gone hardcore on that self-concept, darling, and seeing a new him. Did you? Tell us what you did. That's great. I'm thrilled for you, darling. Hooray. Hang on, where are we? Last night, I was speaking to SP. She called me bro, and I reacted to 3D, even though my dominant thinking is that she's in love with me. What did I do wrong? What affirmations can I use to fix this? Well, it could just be an old story that you don't think she loves you. You think she's friending you and you're friend zoning yourself, and then that comes out of mouth. It can just be a whole lot of I'm not good enough, I'm not the boyfriend, and all of a sudden they go, we're just friends, you know. Like, this isn't going to go anywhere, or bro, or dude, or just your old thinking manifest out of their fucking mouth. It's really annoying, darling. Hi, Loz. Can we manifest being in a relationship with a celebrity? How? Yes, darling. They're just like another person. What's the difference? Except everyone knows them. Stop seeing that as an obstacle. Loz, can I still manifest him even though I'm not his type? All of his exes look nothing like me. I've been with lots of people that I don't look like their type, and they've told me I'm not their type, and I'm still with them. So don't worry about it. Just decide you are his type. Hey, Loz, my SP told me he can't get off probation until the end of this year, but both him and I want this probation to be over by the time I give birth so we can live and raise the baby together. Help. Well, just imagine he has, darling. Imagine you can't take no for an answer in your reality. You want this too badly, and he's off probation by the time your baby comes. Imagine telling everyone, oh, isn't it amazing? He's off probation, the baby's here. It all worked out. It all worked out. It all worked out in time. You just decide. Make the decision, go to the end. You answered last week, but I think you understood me wrong. What does not wanting to have sex until you personally feel emotionally connected come from, like not turned on until you get to know them? Well, it can just be that that's what you want, darling. That's a good thing. That's a good self-concept thing, that like, I actually want to be connected to you. I actually want to feel feelings for you before I do that thing. Or it could be that you're abused as a kid, or you're made to feel used in some way, and so you don't want to associate sex in any kind of bad way. You want it to be really loving and connected. And I can understand that feeling, darling. Like you really want it to be meaningful. What's wrong with that, Heidi? That's a good thing. That's a great thing. Greg, hi Loz, feeling a bit stuck lately. Don't feel like saying affirmations anymore. Don't want to give up, but I tried seeing no movement. Was so strict on mental diet for weeks. I'm so confused. All right, well, you can't see movement. Okay, well, how do you know there's not movement behind the scenes? You can't see. You've got a blind faith. Where are you getting this idea, Greg, that you can see the movement? Who told you could see the movement? I don't tell you that. The Bible says have blind faith even when you can't see it. Believe it until you see it. Are you believing until you see it, or are you trying to see it? If you're trying to see it, you'll be stuck. Stop trying to see it. Okay. Laws, what if checking the 3D is kind of comforting me? Does it still ruin my manifestation? Go ahead then, darling. Just decide it can't ruin anything. What's this? Avoid the kiss and gave me a hug. Mixed feelings for me afterwards, but believe we're married anyway. Is it just the old story playing out? Remember you said, what's the alternative? Oh, I can't remember what this is associated with, darling. I have to think what you were talking about before. Over the last few months, my affirming focus shift from SP, three-party situation, to mostly my self-concept and other desires. However, I'm still noticing I get very nervous whenever we might interact because of a fear he might mention third party when we're in the 4D. They don't exist. Any advice on how to navigate that? So stop being scared of the third party, okay? I'm still noticing it nervous. Well, stop even thinking she's an entity that's even in your reality. She can't be mentioned because she doesn't exist. She's Voldemort. She who will not be named, okay? Just stop mentioning her, thinking about her, deciding she's got anything to do with your situation. Go and do my sleep check. Hang on, guys. When should we affirm besides when we think of negative thoughts? We can have a little schedule, put it in your phone, put a little ding on your phone, tell you to do it on the hour every hour if you really want to do things like that, guys. But it's really more what's your mental diet when you're thinking negative thoughts with them. Doing the best to get back on the horse and persist, give me strength, Loz. Okay, but I don't understand what's going on too. Hang on. Mixed feeling afterwards, we're married anyway. If they're avoiding hugs, kisses and stuff, you've got a story they don't love you, darling. You just got to change that. Okay? You'd be friend zoning yourself or something in that situation. Physical changes, what self-concept is related and how to not look at the 3D or mirror. Or you might feel not good enough to have the good body. You might feel like things don't work out for you, so your body won't change. Fear he might mention third party when my 4D, I saw that one. Hi, Laws. I've never scripted except for revising. When I do start to script, do I read what I wrote over and over again? Is there a certain way I have to script? No, guys, it's not a certain way you have to script any way you want, as long as it implies it's happened. You already have what you want in that scripting. It could be a text message you receive, an apology, your wedding day, anything, and you can read it over and over if you want to. I absolutely know no third party can come close to our connection, so that does bother me, but I know I have lots to discuss in between as we're engaged, we're married. Do I just go to the end? Regardless of all the needs to happen between. He's extremely stubborn. We'll stop saying that, but no, we will make it. Can I go over the in between or skip it and go to the end of having a family with him? I'll go to the end, darling. Why are you thinking he's stubborn? Why do you think you have to talk about things? Why do you think that you have lots to discuss? You don't have to discuss shit. Guys, you don't have to fix anything or discuss anything or get it all out or discuss shit. Why are you thinking you have to do that, Angie? That's not true. That's your belief that you have to do that. So you'll have to do that because you believe he's stubborn. You have to talk things through because that's how this is going to work out. So that's how it will be for you. And you're just sitting there discussing shit all day. SB2 was away all month. And when I asked he was coming home, he just said a week, maybe two, but that wasn't being direct. I affirm he needed to see me and was coming home. Last night he messaged me middle of the night saying he was catching his flight home. Oh, wonderful, Sarah. That's great. Cece, part 1, reconciled with SP a few days ago, told me if I expected to be exclusive that there needed to be boundaries as I can't hang with friends and have to be home by 10 p.m, etc. Didn't react, just gave him his side not to argue, but I barely hear from him or don't for a whole day at all. Why? How can he tell me I'm the one not taking this serious, but it seems it's actually him? Why is he bossing you around? Why is he controlling this and giving you boundaries like you're a child, darling, and telling you you have to be home by 10 p.m.? How old are you? Are you 12 and he's like the dad? That's how this is playing out. Do you feel like he's controlling? He holds the reins. He says what goes. He controls this whole thing. That's the thought you've got about this relationship. He doesn't really want me, so he's just using me for this time. Or this isn't a real relationship, so I'm only getting this part of it. He's not really that into me. What are your thoughts about him and where are you getting that from in your self concept? Why are you feeling like you'd even be treated like that, darling? That's about you. So with the birthday thing, I should just persist until it tells me we're doing something. He tells me we're doing something. I've been saying affirmations like, he wants to see me for my birthday, posted me for my birthday. Yes, that's wonderful, darling. Do that. Mhm. I know he loves me. Been at this since summer, self concept, visualizing, affirming. He's still with third party. So he's done settling and ready to be with me, but been saying this since summer too. You're still with third party. Well, why are you even thinking about the third party? A lot of you in here are talking about the third party as if they still exist. That's not what you're meant to be doing. You're meant to be banishing the bitch from your mind. Why are you talking about her? I asked on TikTok, but my phone died. I missed it. My friend's husband hit his son with a belt on the front of his legs. She's freaking out. Her son is a handful. She's angry and violent. He is angry and violent. He, friend's husband, hits his mother and teachers and sister. She's really beside herself and has tried counselling, different discipline techniques, taking all toys and video games, etc. How can I manifest for them? Her son is so calm now. He used to have anger issues. He's not like that anymore. He can express his feelings so easily. He knows how to tell his mum how he feels. He tells his mum how he feels every day. He doesn't lash out anymore. That's the old him. He knows how to express himself. He can cope so well now. That's the old him. He's not like that anymore. He's so calm. He knows how to soothe himself. Those things, say those things and see him differently. Imagine her telling you all that. Oh my God, he can tell me how he feels now. Oh my God, he doesn't lash out anymore. He's so calm now. It's like he's a new kid. Mhm. Where am I? Jesus Christ. Loz, this sounds crazy, but how to manifest a house that you know from exterior but not from the interior? We don't have to know the interior, darling. Just imagine going to the front door and opening that house. Or just say, I love my new house. It was so easy for me to get and just see the outside. I used to walk through streets in Primrose Hill and imagine I lived in the houses. I didn't have to know the inside. But go, if it's a real estate listing, go and look up the real estate listing. Look at the pictures if you know if it's listed, and imagine yourself in those rooms as well if you can. Otherwise, just say I love my new house. Oh, who's this has sent me something? Thank you, Gregory. I've been affirming that SP and I moved in together. We are taking a trip in June, and without saying anything, he said, "Oh, good, it will be a dry run, but when we actually get our place, our own place, oh, wonderful, darling, a dry run." Of course it is because we live together. Oh, wonderful, darling. You did that. Hooray. Oh, thank you, darling, for the super chat. That's great news. A dry run. Love that. Loz, your video is giving me good vibes. Oh, good, Sasha. It's similar to how I've been saying affirmations that invited me to prom. His prom is May 14th. I've been having inner convos saying he wants to go with me every day since April and persisted. Good, darling. Do that. Heidi, so dating someone else in 3D doesn't slow down. No, darling. Who told you that? As of now, he hasn't invited me, but I'll keep persisting in the thought that he invites me in 2 weeks before prom. I will go to prom. Just imagine you went to prom with him, darling. Imagine the next day after the prom. Or imagine at prom. Loz, this is crazy. My SP came back after 6 months of filming for him. Things were great for a while. Then he went quiet. Now he is dating his best friend's ex-girlfriend. He has now lost all his friends. Oh, Caitlin. Oh, no, darling. Things were great for a while. What did you start to think when they started to go wrong? What were you thinking? Oh, he wants other girls. He doesn't really want this. He's a player. I don't know if I can believe this. This is too good to be true. What were you thinking, Caitlin? That's what happened. Have you got a real story about him being a player or something? No, darling, just see you and him back together. It's nice to remember that we are alive and breathing, lol. So anything is possible. We are manifesting our needs. We should collectively manifest healing for the world. So much going on. Yes. Much love from the Bahamas. Oh, Sasha, you're in the Bahamas. Hi, Loz. No question today. Just wanted to tell you that my life has changed entirely for the better ever since I found you. Thank you for all you're doing. Oh, Jasmine, that's wonderful, darling. Hooray. Thank you. Loz, can I join a dating app and accidentally match with my SP to see if he's on? I don't know so many people who recommend with their SP that way, but I'm sure it was natural. I didn't want to manipulate 3D. What do you mean? You don't know this person, you just want to find someone on a dating app? I know so many people who got married from Tinder and eHarmony. You can find your mate, your SP on a dating app. What's the problem? It's just a way that they'll turn up. Don't give a bad meaning if they're on a dating app, darling. Hi, Loz. Do you think that states matter more than affirmations? Meaning, if you're affirming from a state of desperation, affirming will emphasize more lack? Yes. Your state manifests. What state are you in? I need this so badly. I need this so badly. I need this so badly. Well, that's not great. You've got to decide you have it. Desperation is different from having. You can't be desperate and have it at the same time, right? You can be in a fearful state and affirm for the thing that you want. Like when my mum went missing and I was in the state of fear, but I really went to the end of finding her and tried to find the relief of finding her and tried to get rid of that desperate, fearful energy I was holding on to when I'd lost her, right? The state always manifests. It's not the feelings, it's the thinking that is causing that state that manifests. Then feelings come from that, okay? How do I get coaching with you? Not at the moment, darling. Soon. Loz, would focusing on myself improve my self-concept? I also struggle to imagine loving if SP is a reflection of my self-concept. How do I focus on myself and not SP? Yes, focus on yourself, thinking more thoughts about yourself, affirming more about yourself, focusing on you, do some self-care if it helps, like getting your nails done, doing things, going on big walks, focusing more on your own needs, your own career, your own self, okay, in the 3D. But also, it's always about you guys. You have to change you to change them. Yes, Kerry, tell us. That's great news, darling. Can you explain how to get in a state? Oh, God, this just jumped. God damn it to hell. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Star Moon. Hang on. God damn it. Where is this question that said, how do you... It was above a super chat. I can't see it. Oh. Wow, I've missed so many questions here. Can you explain how to get in the state of I have my manifestations? Kimberly has started to touch on this topic. What's your thoughts on this? But by the way, I love you. I've learned so much from you. Oh, wonderful. I have my manifestations. Well, it's a state of having, right? Seeing it from the eyeballs of the person, from you. How would you see the world if it were true? If you had your manifestation, if you're married and had a baby, what would you see every morning when you woke up? You'd roll over and see your husband there snoring, and you'd look over there and there'd be a baby in the bassinets. Bassinet, you're married. You look down and see your finger. You're in the state of having it already. What would you see, hear, experience, feel, touch, sense if you had it? That's in the state of having it. Please send me a super chat. Oh, thanks, Cake Lover. No, Loz, I already know this SP, but we're in no contact. I would like to see if he's still on so we could accidentally reconnect because I know so many people have. Oh, okay. So you're trying to reconnect with him over a dating app. But that's manifesting the how, darling. That's forcing the how. Why don't you just go to the end of seeing you and him together? Why is the dating app going to be the how? It might not be the how. You might bump into him. And if you force the how, sometimes it blows up in your fucking face and you might go match with him and he doesn't match with you and then you're hurt. Right? It's up to you, darling, how you want to do it. If you really want to do that and you can live in the state of having them already and do it that way, well, but that's the how. You're missing with the how, okay? Understand? Are your courses going to go? How are your courses going to go? Will they be self-paced reading or something like Zoom coaching? No matter how they are, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Oh, wonderful. So the coaching will be Zoom coaching or Facebook group coaching. Okay, but the course will be, you can watch the videos at your own pace. You can do the workbook at your own pace that will go hand in hand with the video, and there'll be meditations and affirmations to go with it. Okay, so MP3 recordings, videos, teaching videos, and a workbook. And the workbook will be very involved, like you do the activities to go with what I'm saying. Okay. I can't decide if I want to manifest one boy or the other one. I like them both. What do you recommend we do? Just decide that you know what you're doing and your subconscious will make the right decision. I'm with the boy of my dreams. I picked the right boy. Just say that. It'll happen. Hey, Loz, I don't know if you remember declining my question about how to manifest my friends to include me again. Oh, I declined it? Now they call me every single day to see me because I changed the narrative. Oh, wonderful. Did I decline your question like in the Facebook group? You probably just put it in the wrong place, Dane. Probably on the main page. That's wonderful. They see you every single day. Oh, that's great. You change the story. That's great. Doesn't matter if they're manifesting someone else. You're the only thing in your reality. How do you know your subconscious affirmations are hitting the mark or changing your old subconscious beliefs? Because your subconscious beliefs start to feel different, you start to think differently, and your 3D starts to change. How do we know we're living in the end isn't believing, for example, marriage with SP? What do we do if living in the end isn't believe, for example, marriage with SP? You don't have to believe it. You just have to think it. Thanks, Miss Manifestor. Hey, Loz, I'm wondering how my relationship with my dad could be a part of the reason I'm not feeling confident that my SP loves me and my dad was very hard and dismissive growing up and not with my siblings. Oh, okay, he was only like that with you, but not with your siblings? Okay, so you might assume you do things wrong, that you're not enough, that there's something wrong with you, that things won't work out for you, that men will be harsh with you, they'll argue with you, they'll pick on you, they'll pick holes in what you're doing, they'll be rude to you. They won't give you the love you need. You might have assumptions about men now because of that, not being loving, not being there for you, being hard on you, being critical of you. And also, you just might not feel good enough in yourself and feel like there's always something wrong with you, or you'll do things wrong, or you'll be ignored, or you won't be given the love that you need. And you'll be hard on yourself in return with what you do now in the 3D and the mistakes you make. And you probably really kick yourself when you make mistakes and think you fuck things up really easily, or things that won't work out for you, or you'll be really negative about yourself and assume things won't work out. Could be a whole lot of things that happen because of that treatment. Okay? So start saying, that's my dad, but that's not other men in my life. The men in my life treat me beautifully. They're nothing like my dad. They admire me and treat me like a queen and love on me and always do things for me, and they always encourage me and say sweet things to me and say kind things to me. They're there for me. Those kind of things. Manifesting a good week next week, as I'll see my SP and don't want my triggers to get the best of me. Don't assume they will, darling. As I've recently started working on self-concept, my family will be around him too, manifesting, getting along. We'll just decide it all works out, darling. Go to the end of it all worked out and stop thinking you're going to be triggered. I've been following you since July. After 5 years apart, my SP and I have been seeing each other for the past 2 months since third party is gone. Oh, wonderful, darling. I'm affirming for full commitment and keeping up self-concept. Wonderful, darling. Do that, please. But occasionally have fears of third party returning. Well, stop that. Banish that bitch from your mind and get on that. I am the chosen one. Of course he only wants me. There's no one in his reality but me. He only sees me. When he walks out in the street, the only girl he sees is me. He's obsessed with me because I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that. That's you feeling not good enough, not a priority, scared of the other person because you still don't have your self-concept on point. Stop that. Maria, manifesting, I saw that one. Elaine, my boyfriend is so skinny and I like chunky men. He's obsessed with not putting weight on. Can I manifest him chunky and happy with that? I did that. My old SP when I met him was skinny as, and I remember the first time he took his top off, I remember thinking, oh, he's really skinny. By the time we broke up, he was a beast. Okay? He was big and chunky and a gym junkie and muscly. Just see him that way. Just see him the way you want him to be seen, the way you want him to look. That's what I did. What timestamp is she at in the questions? I'm so lost. Oh, I don't know, guys. Claire, how do we get rid of the dominant thoughts, Loz, or change them? You've got to replace them, guys. You can't just get rid of them. You have to replace them with new thinking. That's what the affirmations are for, okay? So write down what you're currently thinking and write the opposite as an affirmation. Thank you for answering my question. That's right, John. So how do we change the dominant thoughts that we aren't aware of? Well, write them down. Write down what you're thinking for 20 minutes. Sit there and think, what am I thinking? You'll see it and you'll go, fuck, I really need to change that. No question, just thank you. Oh, Samantha, thank you so much, darling. 111 people. Yeah, I was 159 now. Besides visualizing, what would you recommend for a vision? You can imagine hearing it differently, script it differently, lots of different ways. Haven't seen any movement in 3D with SP, but I know things are happening behind the scenes for me. Good, darling. Thank you, Loz. She did have big insecurities, and when we were together, so your answer makes total sense. Okay. So if you think she's insecure and she needs like help, then a religion seems like an obvious thing. Like, I need to be in a group. I need to be backed up. I need spiritual help. Thanks, Shika. Husband just moved in with third party, and my 4-year-old is now saying he doesn't want to sleep over, unsure about navigating this in 3D. SP and third party met in rehab. Oh, okay. So your son doesn't want to go over there. Do you not want him to ever go, or do you want him to be happy going over there and content going over there and okay with going over there and comfortable with her? If you want her and him to be comfortable together, and start saying, my son loves staying there. They all get along so well. We all get along with this third party. We're all a little family. We co-parent so well. And I get along with her and he gets along with her and he likes her. Or you can just imagine her away. Okay? Whichever way you actually want this to turn out. Either way, just decide that your son is content and happy whatever happens. And you are content and happy whatever happens. But what is it you actually want to happen? You want her away, or what? We co-parent so well. We all get along so well. We're a happy little family. My son is happy with all of us. He's so comfortable there. So those things, darling. Makes sense. But tell me, do you want him back, or you just want your son to be comfortable? To change the subconscious, do we just persist in conscious thoughts? Yes. I know this is my problem with feeling not chosen, but I don't know for sure how to fix it. I love you. Oh, thank you, darling. Look, figure out why you feel not chosen. There's a reason why. You either feel there's something wrong with you, you're not good enough, you do things wrong, you're not pretty enough, you're not fit enough, you're not smart enough, you're not something. Something you're thinking about you that makes you feel like you won't be chosen, makes you fear rejection. What is it? Affirm against that. If you go over the character limit or super chat, your question may not show up. Just an FYI. Oh, is that what happens? So you guys are giving me money, and then because you went over the character limit, I can't see the question. Oh, fuck. So Shauna and other people who've given me money, can you tell me that you've done a super chat as well, or just I'll try and recognize your name. Sorry, guys. I didn't know that. SP's favorite movie is on TV, but yes, darling, absolutely. One of my affirmations are that I'm good enough, more than good enough, etc. And I was in Target the other day and found a necklace that said, "You are enough." Shocked the hell out of me. I just had to buy it. Oh, wonderful, darling. I got the book, The Complete Works of Florence Scovel Shinn. Oh, good, darling. Read it. Loz, I dislocated my elbow last year. Oh, I'm short a few degrees and full extension. It hurts like arthritis. The doctor said I won't get full extension without surgery and remove the calcium. Any suggestions? Just decide you have it, darling. I can fully extend my arm. What a load of shit. Those doctors are idiots. I can extend my arm. I can reach out. My arm's fully straight. My arm's perfect. There's nothing wrong with my fucking arm. Yeah, Loz, I feel like I always do things wrong. I feel like I always have to apologize for the smallest things, and now I feel like I've ruined it with him. So do I just affirm I never do things wrong? Yes, darling, that's my problem. I always assume I'll do things wrong, and then things go wrong, and then I'm sitting there apologizing like a bitch. I'm so sorry. Did I upset you? La, 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 la. It's just my old thinking because I've got a dominant assumption I do things wrong because I'm wrong. Stop saying that about yourself. I can't do things wrong. I never do things wrong. People always forgive me. If we ever have a fight, it's instantly forgiven. They're not even upset with me. No one ever gets upset with me. That's their own shit. Here's my question. Does it matter if we listen to your voice versus ours during sleep affirmations? No, darling, not at all. You can listen to mine, yours, doesn't matter. If you find yours more effective, do yours. Old story, I stopped smoking because I think it's what stopped him from coming. I affirmed he won't see me doing it. Why would it be here if I did? So I stopped. Oh, okay. So you've got the story, Dylan, that old story. Okay, so you've got an old story that if you smoked, he wouldn't like it and he wouldn't be with you. So just decide he doesn't care what you do. He loves you so much he doesn't care if you smoke or not smoke. Decide he doesn't care. He loves you anyway, regardless of what you do. I sent my question. Oh, Shauna, let me try and see it. Hang on. Shika, I want him back, third party gone, but I don't want to force kids to sleep over. I tried to discuss with SP and he was defensive, attacking me. I want him back and third party gone. Okay, but I don't want to force the kids to sleep over. I tried to discuss with SP and he was very defensive. No, he won't. He'll be very defensive because you're basically saying my son doesn't like a third party. He doesn't want to come to your house. Just banish her from your mind, Shika. Go and do my banished third party sleep tape. Start seeing that he and her aren't together anymore. Start seeing him as alone. Start seeing him as spending time with your son alone, and then see you and him together. Stop thinking she's around. You can imagine them having a massive falling out that the reason they met in rehab was only because of rehab, and then he sees who she truly is. She sees her true color. He sees her true colors, and he comes to you and says, "Oh my God, Shika, that girl was a fucking nutcase. I should never have got together with someone in rehab. She clearly has so many issues. Oh my God, thank God she's gone." You can imagine conversations like that if you really want to, if you can't possibly see her gone. But that's the how. Just see you and your SP together and as a happy family again, okay? Jessie, part 2. Where's the first part? Oh, Jessie, I can't see the first part. Fuck, these are hard to read when they're like so separated. Sorry, guys. There's so many people here. I can't keep up. Part 2. And if I want to stop seeing him, he'll respect, in which I replied, okay, haven't seen him till today. Here's my neighbour. And we just smiled and went inside. I feel so good because I know he loves me. Oh, that's good, darling. I don't know what's going on, but that's great. Wonderful. Can I affirm my daughter has amazing self-concept? Yes, darling, absolutely. See her with it. Say she has it. What do you mean by fear of success? Well, you can fear succeeding because you feel like people will then see you and they won't like you, or things won't go right for you. You can have a fear of success as well as fear of failure. I just wanted thoughts on that. It's probably limiting myself, so I stopped for my manifestation to come. Okay, well, decide. It doesn't matter if you stop or don't stop, darling. Loz, I did it. Almost lost my brother last week, and now he's home safe. Oh, Brittany, wonderful. We still have some stuff to get through, but I'm so grateful he's home now. I know he'll get through it. Oh, wonderful, Brittany. I didn't realize that was that bad. Oh, darling, that's great. Oh, you did that, darling. Hooray. To see him is totally fine now, darling. Like, that's such an old story. You can't even remember it. There was 2 no emails, 2 no's to a yes persist. Oh, wow. That's amazing, Sarah. There were 2 no emails, 2 no's to a yes persist. So you kept persisting through it and you still got the job. That's amazing, Sarah. Brittany, I'm glad your brother is doing better. Yes, darling. When I find you, I first learned a law of assumption. I got scared of this truth that we have this power. Now I feel lucky and awake. In the past, I super panicked after a breakup. Now I'm calm. It's weird. Yeah, it will give you a calmness. I remember I was like practically suicidal after a breakup about 4 years ago. Now, anything that happens to me, I'm like, oh, well, I created that, didn't I? Oh, well, fuck. Okay. It's a sense of calm that's really weird. Thank you for the wine die book. Yes. That for friends with benefits hits home for me. I've got myself into 2 of these situations since splitting from my husband. Really working on. I'm always loved and wanted. Everyone always chooses me. Wonderful, Nat. Lisa and Sarah, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Oh. But do we go on dates and spend time together? But we do go on dates and spend time together. Good. Have you read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle? Yes, I have read that actually. It's a great book. Not allowing me to send my super tight message. I don't understand. It's highlighted in orange. Oh no, you can't send your super chat, Susan. So maybe the character limit. So Susan Uzelak, I'm going to remember that name. Write it again. Write it down here in just the normal chat, not the super chat again. Okay. So relieved for you, Brittany. Yes. First time I caught you live, Loz. Ah, thank you, Morgan. I'm sending you my question again. Don't know if you're seeing it, but my question, it doesn't matter if we listen to your voice versus our own voice. No, Sean, it doesn't matter, darling, I promise. Well, I'm very disappointed. SP sent me a nude without permission, and I asked me sexual things. He's not how I want him to be. He's too dirty. Okay, well, do you have an assumption about him that he only wants sex, that you get used for sex? That an assumption you have about you, that men only want you for sex, men only want one thing? Got a story about relationships and men, or him or you. That's where it's coming from. Haven't noticed Mitch lately. I don't know where he is. You've literally helped to change my life, and I really want to thank you. Oh, thank you, Greg. Hi, Loz. My SP posted a picture of his dog's birthday the other day, and I had to laugh because the dog training certificate was signed by Haley. He's thinking about me all the time. Birds will I'm excited. Oh, what am I doing? Signed by Haley. That's great. Didn't know what was going on, but I knew you were very concerned. Glad it's better now. Oh, yes, Brittany. I'm on my cell phone, and there is not a place to ask questions, so I got onto my laptop. Oh, no, Paula. Is it weird that your get rid of third-party sleep taping packs changes my thoughts the most, but I know there isn't a third party? It's not really about third parties, guys. It's about not feeling a priority. That's how the third party comes along. You guys have got to understand, you create third parties with your thinking of feeling not good enough, not wanted, not prioritized, that other people are competition to you. So those are the things that will get rid of the third party, whether there's one or not. Right? That's why I just called it that for search purposes, right? It's those issues cause the third party. I get triggered by guys I date who follow girls online or go to strip clubs. Where do you think this comes from? Feeling like girls' competition, that they're going to want them more than you. I'm affirming I'm chosen, live in the end as much as possible, but it still annoys me. Okay, so you feel like you're not enough, your body's not enough, other girls' competition. Where are you getting that from, darling? That's a whole lot of I'm not chosen, I'm not a priority, I'm not good enough. They'll be taken away, all those things. Holy moly, Benji. I notice as people contact me when I'm thinking of him and don't care anymore. Since I've pinpointed the pattern, I think I've made the assumption that he only contacts me when I don't think of him. How do I change this? Stop saying that. If it's my self-concept snapping back or assuming a pattern, yeah, giving it a meaning, making it a pattern. Stop thinking that's true. Didn't want to say what actually happened because I didn't want to trigger anyone since what happened was so deep. Thank you for your concern, love. I'm happy you're saying, oh, wonderful, Brittany, good. Hey, Loz, life is good and my self-concept's on point. Until this morning, I woke up depressed and sad. I'm struggling with uni, finding it hard, like giving up. What do I do? Oh, darling, I woke up depressed and sad. I'm struggling with uni, finding it hard, like giving up. Oh, darling, don't worry about uni schmoony. Like, guys, your university doesn't determine the rest of your life, okay? I didn't even use my university degree, all right? So don't even think, if you're just having a hard time with uni at the moment, this too shall pass. You'll figure it out. I'm so great at uni. I enjoy uni. This is just a phase I'm going through in uni. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not getting some of the course material. I will. My university days were great. Go right to the end that everything's fine. Does it keep skipping for anyone else or is it my connection? Oh, is it? Loz, what sleep tape would you recommend for feeling like you don't fit in? I'm chosen, darling. Same, Whitney. It's good now, though. Oh, skipping? My SP and I have a mutual friend. He will always like her pages and not mine. I saw a video of her and there was a girl singing. Oh, shit, just skipped. God damn it, Paula. Hang on. Just skipped up. My husband and I have a mutual friend. He will always like her pages, not mine. I saw a video of her saying there was a girl singing. I remember saying, oh, he will like this video. And today I saw him like it. Fucking annoying, but you did that, Paula. Where's the rest of it? I realized that I was putting so much dominant thoughts on he likes everyone else's post and never comments on mine. So I began to not pay any attention to it, but I'm realizing that you're putting emphasis on that and thinking of it, more weight on that story and getting instant results like him liking the page and seeing the girl in the post. I've got to tweak this and get better. Guys, stop giving meaning to bad stuff. Stop focusing on the bad shit you don't want to have. Only have favorable thoughts. Where was I? Up to Star Moon Space. Hi, Loz. I've been so busy living life and haven't had much time to log on and watch you. Whatever I wrote on my 2022 list, I haven't recently realized I desire differently now in my new self-concept thanks to you. Oh, wonderful. I haven't recently realized I desire differently. I'll realize you want different things. Oh, wonderful. Where have you been? Doesn't matter if we listen to your voice. No, guys. Hi, Mario. Hi, Star Moon. I'm here for the first time in a while. Yes. I feel like the old story is so damn stubborn. We'll stop saying that. Loz, mine wasn't a success story. He said he's not the man for me. Oh, okay. And I should spend my love and time for someone who deserves that. I kept affirming in my head that he loves and wants me. Oh, okay. So did you have a fear that he didn't want you deep down? Is that why you're affirming all that? Do you feel not wanted, not chosen? What's the self-concept behind all of that? He's not the man for you. He doesn't want me. He doesn't love me because I'm not loved. I'm not chosen. Things don't work out for me. What's the self-concept behind that? Lol, I got triggered today and really wanted to say something to SP, but I kept hearing you saying that your SP will think you're a nut, so I chilled out and kept quiet. Good, Lauren. Good. I'm going to have to go soon, guys. So when I get to the bottom, like when I get to 12 minutes, I'm going, okay? Loz, I keep getting closer to my dream body and won a $500 giveaway. Have you ever started to focus and love yourself so much to become disinterested in people love-wise? It can happen, guys, because you just focus on you, absolutely focused on you, and you think, oh, fuck you, you'll turn up when I'm good and ready. Yep. Is it okay to script past memories if it happened today? Yes, do that, darling, if it helps you. House call's coming along. It's coming along. That's why I need to get off this live, guys. Can't sit all day. I would pay Loz $500 if she would let me do a call. So waiting for the course most anxiously. It won't be that much, guys. I slept listening to the Banished Sleep tape, dreamt of SP, but everything's sad. The following night, I listened again. This time was so nice. I think my brain is confused, adjusting. Oh, don't worry, darling. Sometimes it doesn't like it at first. I told you abandonment issues by mum and dad and feel unchosen and unfavoured. I have a story that SP is a manipulative player and using me for my ego boost. It makes me seem like he's waiting for me. Well, Susie, you still haven't worked on the... Look, if you've told me your stuff and you're still coming in here complaining about your SP, being triggered by your SP, you clearly aren't working on the self-concept. You clearly have not focused on it. You clearly aren't doing the self-concept work. So, Susie, until such time as you actually stop focusing on your SP and stop getting triggered by him like a bitch in the 3D, I really can't help you because you're not doing the self-concept work. So you're beyond help at the moment because you're refusing to do the work and you're focusing all on him. He's going to abandon me. He's going to abandon me. Block, 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 block. Triggered like a bitch. So do the work or go away because I can't help you because you're not doing the fucking work and you're coming in here every live and complaining about what he's doing. What he's doing is caused by you. You think he's a player, he's going to act like one. You think he's going to abandon you, he will. You think he doesn't love you, he won't. Can't help you. You're not doing the work. Thank you, Loz, for all you do. You've saved so many of us. I feel better after a live. In my head, we are friends. You're part of my household. My son mentions you all the time. Oh, really, Eileen? I love that. Really sad today. My mind is dragging me back to old story. Well, stop that, Melissa. Fuck's sake. How bad do you want this? Oh, this is what you did, Kerry. Had to focus solely on self-concept. Well, good, because I went off at you enough times. Dylan James sleep affirmations, 2 weeks straight. Good. I felt things change rapidly, assuming it's all done and not entertaining any no's. Going hard on mental diet. Faith. Oh, good, Kerry. Not looking at him to feel reassured. Wonderful. The penny drop, noticing anytime I look outside of myself to feel better, was determined to prove my power to myself, and I did it. I also manifested 6 other things the same week that were huge for me. I can no longer deny I'm the operant power. Wonderful, Kerry. After a 10-hour drive, I'm exhausted and noticed leaving him in my self-concept dipped immediately and some old story showed up. So now I know not to text him or others to feel better. I need to stop, go within and choose the story I want to experience. Wonderful, darling. I manifested all this because I focused solely on what I wanted. Oh, that's great, Kerry. Oh, congratulations, darling. I'm thrilled for you. You just focused on you, and didn't get validation in 3D. It was all you validating yourself. Wonderful, darling. Shauna, gotten rid of third party, want commitment from SP, but we've been in friends benefits a long time, trying to change the story, wondering if I need to stop sleeping with him until I get commitment so I don't get triggered. Look, guys, if you have to stop sleeping with him, stop. Okay? If it's really triggering you and you still feel used and you still feel like you're going to say something or do something in the 3D that's going to blow up and react, like you're going to react because you can't stop yourself, then stop sleeping with them. I can't tell you what to do. I personally don't believe you have to stop doing anything in the 3D to get what you want. But if you feel you have to do that, then do that, Shauna. And if you feel the distance from him will help you and will help focus on you, then do that. Okay. But it's really your self-concept. You're feeling not good enough, feeling used, feeling like you're used for your body, feeling like you're not enough, feeling like something wrong with you, feeling like you won't get the love that's causing the friends and benefits in the first place. So really the only thing you really need to focus on is you. And then seeing you as good enough to be the girlfriend and see yourself as the girlfriend with him. So really what you do in the 3D doesn't really matter. You can continue sleeping with him and not react. It's up to you. Loz, I've just received $3,000 today. I was affirming hardcore for 3 days. Oh my God, Morgan, amazing. Hi, Loz. What's your opinion on sitting with your thoughts, then affirming when you're in a calm state instead of fighting them or flipping them instantly? What's your opinion of sitting with your thoughts when affirming when you're in a calm state instead of flipping them or flipping them instantly? What's either way, you can flip them or wait till you're calm, but you might be waiting all day till you're calm. That's why I don't believe in this. You need to be in a good feeling state, because what if you're in a bad feeling state all day? When are you going to affirm? Tonight, my boyfriend spoke to me like absolute shit in front of our friends. I held back tears and said sorry to myself for having such poor self-concept. I'm affirming for highly respected. I'm highly respected. It was hard. Okay, Candace. Look, guys, if they show up that way, you've still got a real old story about them and a real old story about your self-concept. So decide. He apologizes. He's lovely to you, sweet to you now. He'd never treat you that way. He's beautiful to you. He only treats you beautifully, and really go hardcore on that self-concept, Candace. Don't beat yourself up. Yes, Greg, I'm so damn proud of you. Yes! Loz, you look a bit sad. Oh, I look a bit sad. Do I? Where's this? It's jumped. Oh, some shit happened to me this week, darling. Didn't make me feel so great. I hope everything is going well for you, sending you so much love. Oh, thank you, Snoop Doggy Dog. Thank you, darling. Just some shit that happened in 3D this week, guys. That's all. Hi, Loz. Love you. I've been working on self-concept since November, affirming like a bitch, as you say. And every time there is something negative with SP, I never spiral and always affirm the opposite and take everything good meaning. I manifested out a third party and I thought things were on track until yesterday that oh no, Ellen, what? Got news that people have been saying that I don't give my place and let him walk all over me because he would be so off and on with me that when I would run into him at parties. Well, who cares what anyone says, darling? That's just your old fears manifest. That he used you, that he doesn't love you. It's your old fears manifest. It's old story, anything out of other people's mouths. Who gives a shit? Ignore what people say. Who cares? Ignore it. Can you listen to a different sleep tape every night, or do you have to listen to the same one? It's good to be, the repetition's good, but you can do a different one every night if you want, guys. Can I get my SP to cut his hair? Yes. See them with the cut hair. My team was laid off last year. We were shocked because we were so busy. Any affirmations to get hired back? Just imagine you work there, darling. I love working at. Do you believe in the one? No, Miss Mitchell, you decide that you're one. I did try to send the question. Oh, Shauna, can I see that? Maybe I've got to go down and see the question because you super chatted me. Did I see it? Hang on. Oh, I got it. Okay, Shauna, I answered you. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm really sorry because I've got to get these things done, these courses done. Otherwise, I'll just be here all day and I'm going to have a call in a minute with someone. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. What should we call this? What should we call this one? Third-party focus, because you don't want to focus on them. And what else? Success stories. SP success stories and third-party focus, okay? Because there were some success stories in today's. All right, guys, that'll be the thumbnail, and I'll post it in a minute. You can all watch it back. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your questions, guys. I can't really go over an hour anymore because I've got limited time. All right, guys, I will see you really soon, and thank you for all the super chats, guys, those who sent them, and I hope I got to your questions. If I didn't, I'm really sorry. I hope I did. If I didn't, if you super chatted me and I didn't get to your question, can you write it in the comments under the video? All right, and I'll make sure I answer it. All right, guys, thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys. See ya.